Imagine cutting years off your learning curve and saving yourself from the expensive mistakes that most people make the hard way. Today, I'm going to share 3 strategies that will help you do exactly that. And you won't need a business degree, an expensive coach, or even a formal mentor to grow in these areas. You simply need the right strategies. And I call these mentor strategies. So let's jump right into them. The first strategy is mirror excellence. And this is a simple principle, but it's played a huge role in my own professional development. Here's how it works. Find someone who's developed a skill that you want to develop. Then study and practice imitating them. Not to copy them, but to learn and understand the principles behind what makes them effective. If someone has mastered a skill, see, they've already invested years discovering what works and what doesn't. So you may not initially understand the science behind what they're doing, but you can shorten your own learning curve by applying this strategy. Let me give you a simple and fun exercise. Choose a speaker, podcaster, some kind of communicator that you admire. Watch and listen to them for 1 to 2 minutes. Then pause the video and repeat exactly what they said. Try really hard to match their pace, their inflection, how they emphasize points, even the melody of their voice. Then record yourself and listen back. As you listen, you're going to notice things that you want to improve. Make those adjustments and then do it again. Do it again. Listen, adjust, and repeat. And do it again. See, you may not understand why this technique works at first, but your mind is learning long before it fully understands. In the process, you're training your voice and you're building your communication skills. Years before I knew that this exercise worked, I was already applying the same principle. Early in my career, I had a boss who was just an amazing communicator, and we frequently had lunch together. And what fascinated me, it wasn't our business conversations nearly as much as watching him interact and banter with the waiters. Before we even sat down, he'd fully engaged in conversation. It was fascinating. He remembered names, he asked thoughtful questions, he listened, he laughed with them. He made people feel important, and his conversations, they seemed so natural. At the time, that didn't come naturally to me, but I wanted to communicate like he did. So I decided to study him. I watched how he greeted people. I listened to the questions he asked. I watched when he smiled, how he listened, how he kept the conversation going, and how he kept focused on the other person. Then I began intentionally imitating him, not in important meetings, but with waiters at the restaurants I went to, with cashiers at my grocery store, the person at the dry cleaners. Anyone I naturally met during the day became an opportunity to practice. And those first conversations were awkward. A couple of the waiters even thought I was flirting. I mean, it was embarrassing. But little by little, those conversations became easier. Eventually, they became natural. Today, I've built friendships, business relationships, and I've even signed contracts that all began with simple conversations on airplanes, at the bank, attending events. Here's an important distinction to consider. I wasn't trying to become my boss. I was simply trying to understand and apply the principle behind what made him so effective. We don't copy people, we learn from them. And here are a couple of stronger examples. The Apostle Paul, he understood this principle when he wrote, "Follow my example as I follow the example of Christ." That's 1 Corinthians 11:1. Paul wasn't asking people to imitate his personality. He was inviting them to imitate principles that were worth following. Sir Isaac Newton, he expressed the same idea when he said, "If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants." See, great leaders and the greatest achievers understand the same thing. They build on the wisdom of those who came before them. The second strategy is practice before it matters. See, one of the biggest mistakes that people make is waiting until the important moment to try something new. Well, like an interview, a presentation, a difficult conversation, even a speech. High performers, they don't do that. They practice before those moments ever happen. Life gives us opportunities to practice every single day. Do you want to become a better listener? Well, then start practicing at your dinner table tonight. You want to become a better conversationalist? Use the ordinary conversations you have throughout the day. How about, do you want to become a better speaker? Volunteer to teach a Sunday school class. See, look for opportunities to communicate. Know this, opportunities prepare us for bigger opportunities. And as you practice, people naturally give you feedback. Some are going to lean into your conversation, some don't. So without realizing it, they're helping you improve. And before long, you're not just developing a skill, you're developing confidence. The third strategy, prepare before the pressure. See, throughout my business career, before almost every important meeting, my executive team and I, we would hold a pre-meeting. Before we ever walked into the actual meeting, we would make sure that we were clear on our objective. Then we'd begin asking what-if questions. So, what if they challenge our proposal? What if they push back on our pricing? What if they take this conversation into a completely different direction? I'd ask one executive how he would respond. Then I'd ask another. Based on their response, I'd ask another what if. We would continue until we felt prepared. After almost every meeting, one of them would always ask me, how did you know they were going to ask that? Well, the truth is I didn't. We'd simply prepared for enough possibilities that when one of them happened, we were ready. That same strategy works in every area of life. Before a difficult conversation with your spouse, or before talking to one of your children, before asking for a raise, before negotiating a contract. See, preparation changes the way you show up. These three mentor strategies, they're simple. They'll not only shorten your learning curve, they'll accelerate success, they also build your confidence. So practice. 1, mirror excellence. 2, practice before it matters. 3, prepare before the pressure. These are practical strategies built on timeless principles that consistently produce success. If these ideas have been helpful to you, I'd love you to join this channel. Every week we explore timeless principles and, more importantly, how to apply them in business relationships, in faith, and in life. And if you're struggling with an area in your business or life where you're looking for a strategy to help you, leave a comment below. I'm happy to respond with principles and strategies that may help you. If you'd like to go deeper, pick up a copy of my book, The Audit Principle. It teaches you how to align your life with timeless principles that consistently produce success. Guys, thanks for spending a few minutes with me today. Know this, success is not about luck or chance. It's about aligning your life with timeless and right principles.